When Governor Kehoe called this special extraordinary session, he said that Missouri's current congressional district map may be vulnerable to legal challenges under the Voting Rights Act and the 14th Amendment, right? And he said that was due to the lack of compactness of certain districts. So, which districts?
So, thank you for that. I disagree with what your view is of Section 10, and I'm happy to read it again for you and why I would disagree.
I don't need you to read that. I want to tell you that I want it on record that it's very clear that this is going to apply to State House and State Senate. Well, and so then my question was about
it's actually not clear at all because it says shall be used in apportioning representatives and determining the population of senatorial and representative districts.
Well, hop over to Article 3, Section 45.
Which also speaks to redistricting, and so you have to read them in harmony together. They both are true at the same time. So we have a difference of opinion.
We don't need a difference of opinion because one is about
it is very clear, I agree.
It's very clear that I want it on record that this, from time to time, is for state. But let's go back to my question.
Yeah,
let's go back to my question.
So I think people can decide for themselves.
Because if he called the extraordinary session, because Missouri would be subjected to a legal challenge under the Voting Rights Act and the 14th Amendment, which districts?
Well, I haven't, on that point, I haven't heard Governor Kehoe make those comments. I would be very surprised if he had.
Oh, don't be surprised, because he did. And so
I don't believe that to be true.
I'm waiting, and I would say that the committee would continue to wait for this demographic information, because I feel it's very important, especially being from Congressional District 1, where we have a majority-minority population,
that's right,
to know what the demographics is.
Congressional 1 didn't change, and it is held minority-majority under the Voting Rights Act.
So listen to my question. So Congressional District, I said I'm being from Congressional District 1, which is majority-minority. I would like to see the demographics that show that Black and brown people are not being adversely affected by these maps. And I believe we could all wait while someone brings us that data, because you mentioned that you had that. And the reason why I'm willing to wait is because you made this statement that in Missouri, all things have not been created equal. And I want to be very clear that Missouri has not always been created equal. In fact, when Missouri entered this union in 1820, they entered under the Missouri Compromise, and the first law passed was to ensure that Blacks could not live legally free in Missouri. So, as we are approaching this special session, I've been elected to ensure that the demographics on this new map cover all residents, and especially those who do not have a voice. So I'm willing to wait. Are you able to produce that demographic information?
So I'm not sure I have the exact information you seek, but what I do think is, I can tell you, is that CD1 didn't change. My understanding is it is minority-majority. It is the only congressional district as such of our 8 congressional districts, and therefore covered under that provision of the Voting Rights Act.